How about you give us a few stats on Thursday night for the Ravens? And some people might love to hear it, or you might cringe and you may need to knock on wood.
Hopefully it's not one of those. I'm not trying to jinx the team by any means. The Ravens PR team does a hell of a job of putting out these stats and these numbers every week. I'm not pulling these out of my rear end, but they're great stats, and it's good to have right here. So I want to read off a few for you guys, how good the Ravens have been on Thursday night primetime games. At home on Thursday night under head coach John Harbaugh since 2008, 7-0. Thoughts? Good. Fantastic.
I don't want to say it.
I was going to say,
you guys can weigh in. I just don't want to talk.
Not feeling great about it.
All right. We'll continue. Baltimore 5-1 against AFC North teams on Thursday night under Harbaugh. That's since 2008. Shall I continue? Should I stop? Is it crazy?
No. Who was the loss? Who was the loss? Was it Steelers?
It was a Wednesday.
Thursday. They lost. No, they lost to the Steelers Sunday night last season, but Thursday, I can't remember who the Thursday night loss was.
Well, the Ravens were supposed to play in Pittsburgh on Thanksgiving, and I was very excited for that game, like a lot of people. Then the whole Ravens' entire team was out, and the game was moved to the following Wednesday due to COVID protocols. And the Ravens still almost pulled out that game, which is ridiculous. The weirdest things happen in Pittsburgh. We talked about that.
Throw it on it.
All right. I'm going to continue.
Can you please keep going?
Lamar Jackson has won 6 of his last 7 primetime starts, including each of his last 4. He's 7-1 as a starter at home in primetime.
This is what I do like. The guy, Lamar Jackson, balls the fuck out on night games. I mean, the Colts game, unbelievable Colts game.
Oh, that night turned into a long one for me. After
he threw for what, 400 some yards, like
down 16 in the fourth quarter.
Right.
Came back, and that was the moment we said we can't just let this night end here. It's a disservice to Lamar's effort he put on the field. So
that's when he quieted everybody as far as like not being able to come from behind and win a game.
That was 2021 Lamar, which he had a lot of those performances. I think people forget when Lamar has those performances. You guys remember that game in the 2019 season here in Baltimore, that Jets game on Thursday night?
Yes, I was there. I was at that was the night he broke the rushing record.
Yep.
Single season rushing.
He also found a quarter on the field.
Fellas, okay. I got 2 more for you, and then just share your thoughts on them. So if you're looking for, I'm not saying he's going to have an anytime touchdown tonight, but if you're looking at someone to maybe put down over his last 4 primetime games, Mark Andrews, 32 receptions for 401 yards and 4 touchdowns. So it's a guy that's coming off a game where he had 2 or 3 receptions. He was kind of out of the mix as far as that game went. I think Mark Andrews, he had that big touchdown last year against Cincinnati. I remember him spiking the ball down afterwards. So could be big. It could be a big factor in this game against the Bengals. And then the last one, Baltimore is an NFL best 19-3 at home in primetime games under Harbaugh, including 8-2 in such divisional contests.
Whew. I hate it. I hate that so much. I didn't even want to do this segment.
Zach, you might as well just jump in the harbor right now, man.
I know. This is
all right. So here's what I'll say.
Everything.
I'll add to this, Rocco. So tonight, also the Bengals run defense are without Sam Hubbard.
Yep.
And so already bad rushing defense. They're 31st in yards per carry, last in yards before contact per rush, last in explosive play rate. I think the Ravens actually run the shit out of this ball. Lamar Jackson could go for 100 yards rushing tonight. And so I'm predicting at least 2 rushers tonight. That includes Lamar Jackson, rush for over 100 yards.
I like that, Brad. The only downfall to that, and I wouldn't say downfall, I would just say keep an eye on this. Ronnie Stanley's out, so Patrick McCary is going to have a big game, and Trey Hendrickson, he is going to play. He had that. I don't know how he's going to Looked like he really banged up that knee in that loss to the Texans.
Yeah,
I didn't think
that was actually a question that Oscar had about this. How is it going to play out? Right. And part of it, we want to sit here and if you want to be honest, be like, yes, they could, Makari we've seen can go in there. You can fill a role. But to be honest, we're going to really have to see. It really is touch and go.